Hey guys, today I've got a book haul for you, and this video is being sponsored by Little Brown. I have quite a few books to show you today. I wonder what they could be. Ooh, so mysterious. Actually, before I get started, you guys should totally try and guess what these books are just based off of the pages side of the book. Like, can you tell what these books are? Are you that devoted to your books that you can tell what these books are by just their pages? I bet some of you can. I personally would not be able to, but let me know down below if you can guess what these are before I start revealing what they are. Anyways, let's get started with this book haul. I'm super pumped to show you guys all the books that I got, so let's get started! The first few books I got my little book buying hands on is the rest of the Lunar Chronicles. I read Cinder in January and absolutely loved it, so I had to pick up the rest of the series so that I can carry on with it. So we've got Scarlet, we've got Cress, and we've got Fairest. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? So guys, this is me committing to the Lunar Chronicles. It's going down. I'm yelling Cinder. You better move. You better dance. If you don't get that reference, I apologize, but I can't just not sing Timber replaced with Cinder every time I think about Cinder. Like, I just want to start breaking out into song and sing, it's going down. Hey, hey, I'm yelling Cinder. You better move. Hey, hey, you better dance. That was an old man version of Timber, you know. But yes, I am very much so looking forward to continuing on with the Lunar Chronicles. You should let me know down below if you've read this series, which book is your favorite. So far I've heard that Cress is like the best. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate the beautiful end pages that are in Fairest, because they are amazing. They're so cool. I love them so much. And then I got my hands on wow! These Broken Stars by Amie Kaufman and Meagan Spooner. I picked this up for the Booksplosion Book of the Month for February because we did a little viewer's choice and this book was chosen. And I was never originally planning to pick this book up because I just wasn't sure if it'd be something that I would enjoy. But I picked it up, read it, and I actually really enjoyed it. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be at all. I was just expecting it to be a full-fledged romance that takes place in space. And yes, there is a romance within this book, but it's also a survival story, which is not what I was expecting at all. And I really enjoyed that aspect of this book. I haven't read a sci-fi book in quite some time, and it was really refreshing. It was like walking through a desert for like 7 hours and just being so thirsty. You're just so thirsty, and then you find this road and it leads you to a gas station, and at this gas station there's water, and you drink water and you're just like, it was refreshing. That's what this book was for me. It was refreshing because I haven't read sci-fi in quite some time. So yes, so good. Then I picked up, woo! The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is not a book that I would normally pick up on my own because I'm just not a huge fan of this cover, and also I'm a little bit turned off by the title for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just not that intriguing to me. But there are so many rave reviews going on around this book on Goodreads, and so many of the reviewers that I trust on Goodreads have been giving this really high ratings, and I just can't not be intrigued by all the rave reviews going on around this book. So I got my hands on this sucker because I was curious. C-U-R-I-O-U-S, that's me, I'm curious. This is a young adult fantasy following a princess named Laia, and she was forced to marry a man she didn't want to marry, so her and her friend decide to escape to a tavern and find jobs there, but what she doesn't know is that she's being followed by a prince and an assassin. Dun dun dun! I've heard of people coming out of this book and just having their minds completely blown. Wah, wah. That was my mind being blown. And it's always a good time when you come out of a book and you're just like, what the crap just happened? So, The Kiss of Deception. It would be an honor to have my mind blown by you. Please blow my brains out. Please do it. Do it. I dare you. The next book I got my hand on is, whoa, A Night Film by Marisha Pessl. And this book, first off, it's very heavy. Also, it's very beautiful. I'm a fan of this nice typography we've got going on here. This is a murder mystery story about a horror movie director's daughter who dies, and there's all these different suspicions about how she actually died, and we follow a news reporter who has picked up the case and is following every little detail of what's going on with this murder mystery case. I really wanted to get my hand on this book because I heard that it's a really interactive reading experience. First of all, there's all these really cool looking articles and pictures throughout the book, which is really cool. And then also, there's an app that comes along with this book, and when there's this little symbol that pops up, if you scan it within the app, you get extra content, I believe. So that just has me really intrigued. I really like the idea of these interactive reading experiences, so definitely looking forward to jumping into this one, but I will not be reading this before bed, because I've also heard that it's terrifying, so I ain't about that. I ain't reading this before bed, or I won't sleep, ever. So, yes, not gonna be reading this before bed. That ain't gonna happen. This is me being scared. Then I picked up The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. This is a fae story that takes place in a town called Faefold, and it's right on the edge of a dark and scary forest. And something that actually got me really excited about reading this book was I saw the book trailer, and it was so creepy that it just had me so intrigued. But I will leave a link down below to the book trailer because it is just haunting. It gave me chills, and it just made me want to read this book. So maybe it'll make you want to read the book as well, because it's just creepy, and I want to read this book. Like, I'm gonna read it real soon. Then I got my hand on, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. It's so shiny and beautiful. It's doing a little book shimmy right here. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. I had pre-ordered this book because it was one of my most anticipated reads of 2015, and I read it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna talk more about it in my wrap-up and my review, but just know that I really liked it. This book is about a girl named Meyer who lives in a world where you're ranked off your blood type. If you're a silver, then you are like the elite, and silvers also have these crazy abilities, and if you're a red blood, you're basically just considered to be a nobody. Meyer finds herself working alongside the silvers, and she just downright despises them. Like, she hates the silvers so much. And one day, she finds out that she just may or may not have some crazy awesome ability, and it changes everything. Oh, are you intrigued? But yes, I really enjoyed this book. Again, I'll talk more about it in a review and a wrap-up, but know that I liked it. It was quite enjoyable. Then I got my hands on, The Sleeper and the Spindle by Neil Gaiman with artwork by Chris Riddell. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The second I saw this book, I wanted to get my hands on it because I have admired Chris Riddell's illustrations. I've just never picked up any of his works, and so I finally picked this up, and I cannot wait to devour this book because it's so beautiful. The illustrations are amazing. I actually think that this is considered to be a graphic novel, but it's formatted to me to be more like just a book with pictures. I guess it's considered to be a graphic novel, which is cool, but yes, this book is just beautiful. The illustrations are amazing, and I can't wait to read it. Also, look, this is like see-through. If you pull it off, if I can pull it off, I'm gonna do it the safe way because I'll probably end up ripping the cover. But look, it's like see-through. It's like, whoa, whoa, peekaboo. Okay, I'm done. Then I got 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. I have been eyeballing this book for quite some time now, and so I finally decided, hey, you know, instead of eyeballing that book, you could probably like buy it and have it in your collection and read it. So that's what I did. I bought it. This book actually sounds pretty similar to A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, which I just recently read and absolutely loved. I guess the only real similarity between the two is that this book involves parallel universes. We follow this girl whose father has created this machine called the Firebird, where you can jump into different parallel universes, and he is murdered, and then the murderer jumps into the Firebird and goes into a parallel universe, and so the main character has to go after him and chase him and get him and point her finger at him and say, you murdered my dad. No, obviously she's on this journey to track him down and to take him down because he murdered her father. So yes, that's what this book is about. Also, this book is just beautiful. Like, I am obsessed with this cover. Can't even deny it. It is so beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. It's so pretty. The next book I got my hands on was We Should Hang Out. Okay, I need to find my chill. I need to find my chill. I think I found my chill. The next book I got my hands on was We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. If you didn't know, Josh Sundquist is this awesome YouTuber. He makes fantastic videos. I will leave a link down below to his YouTube channel. As well, I will leave a link down below to this here book trailer for this book. This book is about Josh and how at age 25, he realizes that he's never really had a girlfriend. He's had these girls that he's been interested in, and he's had all these different flings, but it never led to a relationship. It never got to that point where they were dating, where they were calling each other girlfriend and boyfriend. So Josh decides that he's going to go to these girls that he's almost dated and just ask them why it didn't work out. I just can't even imagine how awkward that kind of conversation would be, going to these girls that you had flings with and that you were pretty much getting ready to date and going to them and being like, hey, why didn't this work out? Is something wrong with me? What did I do wrong? Like, why didn't this work out? Like, to me, that just would be so uncomfortable. So I'm really looking forward to reading this and just seeing how awkward and uncomfortable some of these situations are that Josh puts himself in. I think it's going to be hilarious and just an all-around good time. I'm really looking forward to reading this book. And the real exciting thing about this book is that it's going to be the Booksplosion Book of the Month for March. And we're really pumped about it because we all want to read this book. We've never read a nonfiction book for Booksplosion Booksplosion, and here we have a nonfiction book that we're going to be reading, and it's going to be awesome. The other really exciting thing about this being the Booksplosion book of the month is that Josh is actually going to be jumping into the live show with us at the end of the month, and we're going to be discussing his book and having a little Q&A session, and it's going to be great. So the first 30 minutes is going to be the regular myself, Christine, and Kat just discussing this book, and then after that we're going to be having Josh join us for the last 30 minutes or so. It's going to be an awesome time. We've never had an author join us for a live show, so I think that that's going to be a really special experience. So you guys should definitely go pick up this book and join us for the March Booksplosion book of the month. The live show will be on March 28th, so go get your hands on this book, read it, and join us. So those are the books that I got my hands on in the month of February. You guys should let me know down below what books you have read, and if you liked them or if you didn't like them. Also, you should let me know down below which book I should pick up first, because I need advice. Which book should I read first? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Whoosh, later. Whoosh. How am I even gonna do this? Don't think I can do it. It's not even that many books. Ooh. To the... La, 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 I can't talk ever. Ah, books falling. Ah, ah. To the letter... I can't talk. Put in choice type deal. Then I picked up, wow, The Kiss of Despair-Bahan. That is not what this title is. The next book I got my hand on, whose daughter dies suddenly, and there's all these suspicions. I can't talk. What did my mouth even just do then? That was like, what? Then I picked up, woo! The dark. Whoa! You guys should let me know down below. Blah, 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 blah. That was me choking on my words, because that happens quite often. I just choke on my words.